Imagine discovering a place that's worth trillions of dollars. A place that could decide who leads humanity's future. A place where the next global superpower might be made. Now imagine that place isn't on Earth, it's on the moon. Not the bright, familiar face we see in the night sky, but a cold, shadowy region near the moon's south pole. A place so extreme that parts of it haven't seen sunlight for billions of years. Today, the United States, China, India, Russia, Japan, and several private companies are all racing toward this exact location. But why? Why are the world's biggest space powers suddenly obsessed with one tiny corner of the moon? The answer isn't just about science. It's about water, money, power, and the future of humanity itself. Let's find out. For decades, most people believed the moon was little more than a giant, lifeless rock. Beautiful to look at, interesting to visit, but ultimately useless. That perception changed dramatically in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Spacecraft began collecting more detailed data than ever before. Then came one of the biggest surprises in modern space exploration. Scientists found evidence that deep inside permanently shadowed craters near the moon's south pole, there could be enormous amounts of frozen water. Not liquid lakes, not flowing rivers, ice locked inside the lunar soil. That discovery changed everything, because in space, water isn't just something you drink. It's one of the most valuable resources in the universe. Think about it. Water keeps astronauts alive. It can be purified for drinking. It can grow food. It provides oxygen to breathe. And perhaps, most importantly, water can be split into hydrogen and oxygen. Those two elements are powerful rocket fuel. Suddenly, the moon wasn't just a destination anymore. It became a gas station. Imagine if every airplane flying across the world had to take off with enough fuel for its entire journey, and enough fuel to return home. That would be incredibly expensive. That's exactly how most space missions work today. Every kilogram of fuel has to be launched from Earth. Launching anything into space costs a fortune, so instead of carrying all that fuel from Earth, what if spacecraft could refill on the moon? That single idea could completely change space travel. Instead of Earth being humanity's only launch point, the moon could become our first permanent space hub, and that's where the South Pole becomes incredibly important. Unlike most parts of the moon, some peaks near the South Pole receive sunlight for much of the lunar year. That means solar panels can generate power almost continuously. At the same time, just a few miles away, deep craters remain in permanent darkness. Those freezing temperatures preserve ancient ice deposits. It's an almost perfect combination. Energy and water, located surprisingly close together. There may not be another place on the moon quite like it. Naturally, everyone wants access. The United States has made the South Pole the primary destination for future astronaut missions. The goal isn't just planting another flag. It's building a long-term presence, living there, working there, learning how humans can survive beyond Earth. China has similar ambitions. Its long-term plans include robotic exploration, scientific research, and eventually an international lunar research station. India has also become a major player. Its successful lunar missions proved that reaching the moon is no longer something only a handful of nations can achieve. Every successful mission sends the same message: the moon is open for business. But this race isn't exactly like the Cold War space race. Back then, success was measured by who arrived first. Today, success is measured by who can stay, because staying means infrastructure. Infrastructure means influence, and influence often leads to economic power. Now here's where things become complicated. Can any country actually own part of the moon? According to international treaties, no. The moon isn't supposed to belong to anyone. No nation can simply plant a flag and claim territory like explorers once did on Earth. But reality is rarely that simple. Imagine two countries build research stations only a few miles apart. Both need access to the same ice deposits. Both want landing areas. Both want safe zones around their equipment. Who decides who gets priority? International space law doesn't answer every question. Many legal experts believe the next few decades will force humanity to create entirely new rules for living and working beyond Earth. In other words, the first real property disputes in human history may happen on the moon. And then there are private companies. They're watching all of this very carefully. Some companies are designing lunar landers, others are developing mining technology. Some are building robots capable of operating in extreme environments. Many believe the moon could eventually support industries that simply aren't practical on Earth. Manufacturing, fuel production, scientific research, even tourism. If those industries succeed, the South Pole becomes even more valuable. Of course, none of this will be easy. The environment is brutal. Temperatures swing dramatically. Moon dust sticks to almost everything. Radiation levels are dangerous. Communication delays complicate operations, and repairing equipment millions of miles from Earth is never simple. Every mission faces enormous technical challenges. One small mistake can end years of planning. But history shows that difficult frontiers often become the most valuable ones. The Arctic, deep oceans, remote deserts. At one time, each seemed nearly impossible to explore. Today, they're part of the global economy. The moon may follow the same path, and the South Pole could become its busiest neighborhood. There's another reason this region matters. Mars. Almost every serious plan for sending humans to Mars includes learning how to live on the moon first. The moon is close enough for rescue missions. Supplies can arrive relatively quickly. Engineers can test habitats, life support systems, power generation, resource extraction, everything needed before attempting the much longer journey to Mars. Think of the moon as humanity's training ground. If we can't build a sustainable base just 3 days from Earth, how will we build one months away on Mars? That's why every successful mission to the South Pole teaches lessons far beyond the moon itself. Each landing, each rover, each scientific experiment moves humanity one step closer to becoming a multi-planet species. It's remarkable to think how much our perspective has changed. For thousands of years, people looked at the moon with curiosity. Poets wrote about it, artists painted it, scientists studied it from afar. Today, engineers are deciding where future landing pads should go, where power stations might be built, where astronauts could live for months, where rockets might one day refuel before traveling deeper into the solar system. The moon is transforming from a distant object into our closest construction site, and the South Pole sits at the center of that transformation. So when you hear headlines about another lunar mission, another robotic lander, or another nation announcing plans for the moon, remember this. The real prize isn't simply reaching the moon, it's securing access to the one place that could support permanent human activity. The race isn't about who plants the next flag, it's about who helps build humanity's first home beyond Earth. And if history teaches us anything, the places that shape the future are rarely the ones people expected. The moon's South Pole may look cold, dark, and completely lifeless, but it could become one of the most valuable locations in human history. Not because of what it is today, but because of what it could allow us to become. The next chapter of civilization may not begin on Earth. It may begin in the frozen shadows of the moon.